Welcome to my regular Tuesday video. So we've got a lot to get through, so I'm going to sort of try and go as quickly as I can, but give you enough information for you to still enjoy it and find it interesting. So to summarise what we're going to do, so we've got an original to talk to you about and to release. I've got an update on two works that I'm currently sort of in the process of finishing, and we've got three sketches for you from three separate reserves. So first things first, the original. This is Craigie Cowan, which is on the Isle of Man. We visited quite a few nature reserves on the Isle of Man. This was the first one we went to. And the main reason for doing this is because it is the starting point for a project to return temperate rainforests to the UK, funded by Aviva. Hats off to them. They're the ones that are funding it. But what is so amazing about this is that this project will only be complete in 100 years' time. Yeah, you heard that right, 100 years. So people who are working on this and indeed signing the checks will be long gone by the time this is complete. When you go to this land, well, when we went there, you didn't see much. It was howling with wind. It was quite cold. We did see a couple of stone chats and a pipit, I think, and one little tiny moth, but basically it was pretty bereft of life. It was a sheep farm. And we also saw lots of these sapling protection tree tubes, which is easy to say, isn't it? Tubes. So effectively what you've got is hundreds and hundreds of saplings in there at the moment that will eventually grow into these majestic and fantastic oaks. So what I've got here, what I've tried to do here, is to represent the past, the present and the future. The past because these used to be covered in temperate rainforest. The present is obvious, that's the landscape as it stands currently. And the future is these majestic oak trees that will stand on this place, and they'll be covered in moss. They'll have sort of ferns growing out of them in, as I say, 100 years' time. So this is my tribute to the dedication, inspiration, vision and passion of the people who are doing this project for future generations. It's the way we need to work about everything. So that's this one. So moving on then, as we've sort of done that, I think what I'll show you next is one of the sketches, which is Bickley Hall Farm, which is there. Hopefully you can see that. Let me just make a slight adjustment here so I can see what you can see. Yeah, so that's Bickley Hall Farm. Forgive the reflections on these. I will sort of put proper images of it up so you can see. This is from Cheshire. We went to two two reserves in Cheshire. Bickley Hall Farm is particularly special because it's an organic farm. Now the Wildlife Trust do manage a few farms, but this is the only one we visited, and it's so positive because it shows what you can do if you work in harmony with nature and farming. The land, certain bits of the land are rented out to local farmers who earn a living from this, so this is profitable. And they also have meadows and edging, hedgerows, all of those sorts of things, which mean that the place is teeming with wildlife. Lots of insects we saw, damselflies, bees, caterpillars, mushrooms, all sorts of stuff, which shows how healthy the habitat is. And while we were talking about fantastic people we were shown around by Rachel, again, the enthusiasm that comes off of these people is just incredible. They also have a nursery there where they're sort of growing things to be able to plant out in the meadow and also sell to people who want to buy saplings and trees and all sorts of things. So that again is a real inspiration in terms of what you can do if you really put your mind to it. We've also got Marbury reed beds sketches, which I've actually put away. Sorry for being off camera here. Where we saw a reed warbler. So there's that sketch there. This chap was really special. We couldn't see him for ages. We knew that something was around and we couldn't see him for ages, but I finally spotted him and managed to do this sketch. Marbury reed beds, you can get right in amongst it. You really are in amongst the reed beds. It's in Cheshire. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but both Bickley Hall Farm and Marbury Reed Beds are in Cheshire and managed by Cheshire Wildlife Trust. So with this one, you sort of, it's in an area where you've got this great big huge park. You sort of go down these steps and then you're in amongst this amazing woodland with a fantastic old tree, huge beech tree, I think. And then you walk around and you go into the reed beds themselves, which was very, very special indeed. So that's that one. And I think the last one is actually bringing us back to Craigiecowan, which is the sketch that I did of Craigiecowan. So there you've just got the present, how it looks like right now. So I won't need to tell you any more about that. So the last thing I want to do, as I said, is show you the works that I'm on at the moment. So let's start off with this one here, which is from Camley Street in London, which is the place where we're having the event on the 25th of April. You can sign up on the Wildlife Trust's website if you want to come along and bid for some works. This one will be auction only, as will the other one that I'm going to show you. But I've got to try and share this because I am questioning my sanity for choosing to do this piece, just to show you some of the detail in these reeds. I mean, it is sort of kind of a bit mind-blowing. There's the coot. Obviously she's not in yet, but she will be. So I've still got all of the detail left to put into these ones here, but yeah, hopefully that can kind of show some of the mind-bending stuff I'm doing right now. So that's that one. And the last piece that I've got to show you, which I think you've probably already seen a little hint of, is this chap. How great is he? I mean, we saw these at Chewin Orchard in Middlesex Wildlife Trust. What a chap. I mean, we went into this hide, and you can go there and book in and have this experience yourself. There's a guy there who's been feeding these badgers for like over 20 years. Quite incredible. I keep on saying incredible just because everything is. It's a wonderful place. I was actually lying on my belly with my camera right up against the glass, and this guy knew that there was something there, but he wasn't quite sure. So he was trying to see me, trying to sniff. He couldn't smell me, obviously, and looked straight at me. And I was, well, I'd say maybe 6 feet away from him. Absolutely fantastic. So I just cannot recommend enough going to some of these places, seeking them out. You'll have some truly fantastic experiences. So yeah, that's everything, I think, for this video, for this Tuesday. I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you've enjoyed this. Sorry if I've whittled on a bit, but have a great time, and I'll see you next Tuesday.